Yes guys, this is nearly last and welcome. In this video what we're going to be doing is my top 5 of the SMGs that are available to us in Black Ops 3 the beta. Now you might think straight away that I'm going to be jumping in with Razorback at number 1, but I might actually surprise you by putting something in there differently. So stick through to the end, see whether you actually agree with these top 5 and let me know in the comment section below. It'd be amazing. Right, let's jump straight into it then. At number 5 is the Weevil. Now this one I did find the worst one out of the lot. I just didn't really like the Weevil. I know some people actually quite liked it, but it wasn't really for me. Now, it had a large magazine and the damage was pretty low on it, and there's where it lacks. I know that the magazine helped make up for the lack of damage, but it just wasn't for me. I mean, the fire rate was alright on it, but no, I don't know. There's something about that gun that I just did not like. I couldn't get on with it too well, so for me that made my number 5. Now at number 4 is the Vespa. Now the Vespa, this has the fastest fire rate in all of the SMGs that were available to us, and it was a lot of fun to use. It really was. It's great fun to use, but the biggest problem with it, it had a mean kick to it. It just jumped straight up in the air, one else, and it was fantastic in close quarters. It would absolutely mow people down with that fire rate, but it was too inaccurate for me. I like my weapons to be a bit more on point, and this one, even though it's fun to use, it's just too inaccurate for me, so that made my number 4. Now at number 3 is the VMP. Now with this one, I really enjoyed. Now this one was brilliant. Now it had a high damage, but it had a small magazine to make up for it. Now it's kind of like the RIP from Advanced Warfare, exactly the same. I had a higher damage and I had hardly any bullets in the mag, sorry. But if you could stick extended mags onto this VMP, this gun could be a right concern for a lot of people, because I mean this thing can absolutely mow people down. It was absolutely brilliant to use. It had a good fire rate on it. The damage was high. I mean, as soon as you stick extended mags on that, it does work really well. So that's going to make it up for number 3. Now at number 2 is the Razorback. Now I know a lot of people are going to say this should be number 1 in one else, but for me, I really enjoyed it. It's an absolutely brilliant weapon to use. I know that they've changed it up just a little bit to try and counterbalance that it was being used so much. It had by far the best accuracy, and you could still, I mean, as soon as you put long barrel on it, you can mow people down like across the other side of the map. It was on point, had clean iron sights, brilliant gun. But for me, it didn't feel quite right. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of my gameplays have actually got Razorback in it, and I did actually have a lot of fun. But it wasn't my favourite. I think with the lack of damage and that on it, it was a brilliant SMG, but for me, it just didn't quite add up to everything that I'd want in an SMG. So, moving on now to number 1, which obviously now, the only one that's left is the Cuda. Now, this is the first one that you actually unlocked, and for me, I found this weapon to be absolutely brilliant. It had balanced recoil, a steady fire rate, a nice one, but had a really good bit of damage to it. Now, with this one, I found that it could still mow people down quite easily. You could pick people off at long range, alright, and especially if you wanted to be a bit stealthy. As soon as I opened up Ghost, stick a silencer on this weapon, you could just hang around like inside the pockets, pop around, keep it a bit close, and you could go on some serious tears with this. And even if you didn't want to be like that, you could still stick long barrel on this weapon, and I was found with the damage in that, it could still put people down quite easily, and it was on point pretty much all the time. So for me, that has made my number 1. It is going to have to be the Cuda. That was my favourite one out of all the SMGs that were available to us in the beta. But anyway, guys, that is my top 5. Let me know what you think in the comment section below on Twitter. It'd be amazing to hear from you. Or let me know what your top 5 would actually be. And hopefully we'll see a few different changes, I would imagine, when it actually comes to launch. But anyway, like I say, let me know on what your thoughts on this one, guys. Coming on my screen now is my subscribe button. Please jump on that. And guys, if you're going to like this video and support my channel, it'd be absolutely amazing. This is nearly last, and I'll catch you later.